What's up, guys? So today I'm actually at the Lebanon airport in Lebanon, Tennessee, and Lebanon has something that's kind of unique. And when I was getting my private pilot here, I benefited heavily from this. So Lebanon has two runways, one of which is a grass strip. It's a couple thousand feet long. And even when I was getting training in a 172, we would occasionally use the grass strip. And especially later on when I got a mall, and I owned a mall for several years, and I'll try to link the video of the memories from that aircraft up here in the corner. But the mall really did well on grass. It was a little bit squirrely on the asphalt. And so eventually I even built a runway at my house where I kept the mall, and it was just a 1,800 foot grass strip, and we would go in and out of there in that pretty easy. But I've got a buddy who has got a 172 out of a flying club, and he knows how to fly. He's already commercially rated pilot in a CFI, but he's just never experienced any grass landings. And so today he asked me to go with him and kind of walk him through how to do landings on a grass strip. And so we're going to be riding along with a buddy of mine, and I brought the GoPro, so we're going to hook up and see what it's like to land on a grass strip and go kind of over some of the procedures for that. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, and let's head on out to the airplane. So one of the most important things about landing on grass strips, like the one back here over my shoulder, is making sure that the condition of the grass is good. You want to make sure that there's not any wet spots that you're going to bog down on. And a lot of times this is just a radio call to see if anybody's been using the grass strip. If you're at a public airport or at a private one, if they've got a handheld on the field, you want to call ahead and make sure that there's solid, good conditions on the runway. Because the last thing you want to do is land on a short runway and not have proper braking action, which can be an issue when there's water or standing water on the runway. It had been a while since I had flown on grass, and even a 172, so we did a couple laps in the pattern to the asphalt runway here at Lebanon just to make sure I had a short field procedure for both takeoff and landing down pat before attempting it on the shorter 1,800 foot grass runway.
Nothing like tracking center line.
Oh, you actually left the center line now. You were tracking center line. Been a while in the left seat, huh?
Yeah. And left in traffic 63, 663, short final 19.
You can come over with the threshold at 60 knots in this thing.
So basically that was our 50-foot obstacle. And here I'm just obviously just going to chop and then just let it set. And then insta chop flaps.
Yeah, just like normal short field.
Okay, all right. Well, there's nothing really different as far as a soft field takeoff is concerned.
A short field takeoff is a little bit more complex than a normal takeoff because there's the addition of flaps as well as more back pressure to attempt to get the aircraft flying as soon as possible to reduce the amount of friction between it and the ground. In this video, you'll see how we use back pressure to get the nose to pitch up and then accelerate in ground effect until we reach our climb out speed of VX, or best angle of climb, simulating clearing a 50-foot obstacle.
Lebanon traffic, field truck clear of active.
Clear of active.
So this time let's take off and then maybe hold 60 to 100 feet and then accelerate to VY. Because I tried to go to VY pretty quick in ground effect. But just for obstacle clearance practice, let's give that one a shot.
Alright. 10 degrees, everything else was good. Actually clear.
Pretty sure the RV's down there holding short. He's got to do his run up.
Lebanon traffic, Sky High 663 is going to depart runway 22, enter the upwind for runway 19, Lebanon.
Lebanon traffic 73192, simulated engine out, runway 19. Will be a short approach. We have the departing traffic on 22 in sight, Lebanon.
There you go.
That nose really comes up.
Airspeed's alive. Maybe a little less attitude there. Now that we're getting some speed over the surfaces.
Lebanon traffic, Cherokee number 771 Juliet, now 11 miles.
There you go. And milk it down. Drop that nose, drop that nose, drop that nose. There you go, 60 right there. Let's climb out at that.
It's really hard for me to see that airspeed. That's
You're good,
okay.
right there.
I see it now.
73192 left, base to final 19.
Yeah, 56 is the number anyway for short field.
This feels more VXy. This feels more best angle.
You may hear me refer to VX and VY in this video, and VX is the best angle of climb, which is the maximum amount of altitude gained in a given distance across the ground, but VY is the maximum amount of altitude gained over a given time. VX is best when you're trying to clear obstacles, which is why in this takeoff we were simulating a 50-foot obstacle that we had to climb over before transitioning to that VY speed.
So basically I'm going to like pick a bug on the window and just line it up and hold it on the threshold.
Lebanon traffic, RV6 is on a 1 mile 45 for the downwind.
I'm actually too fast, too high, so I'm going to bleed off some power now. The advantage of being a little bit high.
71 Juliet, clear of runway 19.
It slows down all right with full flaps.
Yeah, well that stall kit helps it. Actually going to bring some power in because my bug is slipping below my point.
Going around here would be garbage. Like if they all say we're going around.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to touch down right before they do.
Lebanon traffic, RV6.
So basically at this point we've got the runway made. I'm going to chop full power, let us descend pretty steep in, get in ground effect as soon as possible. Not the cleanest landing, but it'll get the job done. And then the grass is just going to grip the snot out of the tires. And I'm actually getting on the brakes just a smidge here.
Oh, my door just opened. That's pretty cool.
Ooh. Yeah. And Lebanon traffic 63663 is back taxiing runway 22, Lebanon. Your controls.
Not my controls.
77 clear, 19.
The main thing though about like grass takeoffs and grass landing is committal points. Like you have to have a set committal point, make a decision. So that way you don't go past halfway down the runway and all of a sudden like, shoot, should I stop? Should I not stop? So like airspeed alive, in ground effect, and at this runway I would say by the like 5th to last cone, like halfway down this runway, if we're not off the ground by then, we're closing the throttle. Yeah, we'll roll across the taxiway, but
Yeah.
we're not going to collide with anything.
Lebanon traffic, Skyhawk 63663 is departing runway 22, the grass strip, Lebanon.
Some grass strips, especially if they have much elevation change, the committal point can be the moment you release the brakes and apply full power. It's very important that you have someone either experienced at that field or quite a bit of off-field, soft field landings before you go attempting to fly into an aerodrome like this.
Airspeed's alive.
Yeah. Alright, we're good. Airborne before the 5th cone there, perfect. Accelerating to VX, 56, 60 if we want to be safe.
Wants to be safe.
Or decelerating a little bit, there we go.
So when I pick a bug on landing, does it have to be a dead one or this moving one in here?
There's one tree that the leaves are off of it, but I don't think it's going to be a factor. It's kind of our 50-foot obstacle here. Very nice.
Oof.
And flaps. Back pressure, brakes. That back pressure and flaps, that's key. That kills your lift. Yeah, and the other thing that you really have to worry about with grass fields, and I know you know this, but is density altitude. Like, obviously, get an idea of what your density altitude is going to be like. Make some, if you have to, make some calculations to see before you land. You take back off. All right, flaps are set. Carb heat's in. Mixture's rich.
Go ahead, pull carb heat out for me.
Ooh, Canuter valve installed.
All right. What are you doing?
He's holding short. All right. Up and off before the last, or 5 cones from the end. Airspeed's alive. Very nice. I think we had like 7 cones. We were well before halfway. Accelerating ground effect to 60. Perfect. Climb out VX.
It's nice practicing a short field when you actually need it. Like, soft field, I mean.
Yeah.
Lebanon traffic, Skyhawk 63663 is a downwind for 22, Lebanon. Lebanon.
Lebanon traffic, fuel truck clear of active.
Wonderful.
Appreciate it.
Who's that?
I have no idea.
Attaboy. Making friends.
While we have obviously been joking around a little bit, we tried to maintain an absolutely sterile cockpit at the appropriate moments and a situational awareness of what was going on both on the runway and in the skies. As we come in here on this landing, you'll notice that we're discussing the mix of airspeed and altitude and the perfect blend that you have to have and the precision necessary to fly short field approaches, clearing obstacles, and then hitting a precise touchdown mark, which you've been lined up for. The more stable you can get sooner, the better the approach will be.
Ooh, a little bit extra speed and a little bit extra altitude on this one. Very, very nice. Flaps, back pressure, back pressure, back pressure, back pressure. Weight on the mains.
I'm working on it. I just don't want to take back off.
Many times the most important thing about short field and soft field landings is quick reaction time, and this is really why I was harping on the back pressure here.
Excellent.
That was exquisite. You got it stopped way faster than even I did.
Alright, hopefully you guys enjoyed getting to see landing on the grass. And if you got the opportunity, I highly recommend, like I said, going out with an instructor, doing some landings on a grass strip, and getting comfortable with that, because honestly, it's a great asset and skill to have. Plus, it's really just a good kind of old-fashioned feel of aviation, getting back on the grass, where years ago, it's all we had. And it'll open up all kinds of cool airports to go into. So thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.